Welcome back to another conversation with, and today we have the one, the only AugieRFC, or, Red Fox Com, or that asshole over there.
That's a name I've heard that the last one plenty of times, but the middle name, the Red Fox Comms, it's not a name I've heard for quite a while.
I know, right?
Unfortunately.
I mean, when I met you as Augie, but I was told that your channel was Red Fox Comms, and holy crap, it feels like you and I have been friends for way longer than we have, because most people in the community, let alone, even some of our closer friends, don't realize that you and I only started speaking the day I recorded the Just Destiny interview.
Yeah, what's it been now? 2 months or something?
2 months.
Honestly, I feel the same way about that
3
with
months. 3 months now.
with you and Boblox as well. Because I've known Boblox now for about not even 4 months. I met him in late December when I made a video defending him from Pokemon. Actually, now I was like one of the first. I actually beat Fainted, who's the guy who blew the whole situation up. I beat Fainted by like 3 weeks with that video. So when I made a video defending Boblox wasn't used to like getting videos made about him. So he just saw it and he was like, "Hey, what's up?" So we became friends after that, and then I became friends with you after the Just Destiny situation.
Well, technically, how we met is how I met a small chunk of the community, which is getting added randomly to a call by Mr. Vexium Swift.
Oh yeah, that's true. I forgot. Yeah, that's the first.
That was our first interaction, and then I felt, because what I do is like when I meet somebody, I just start talking to them, and I like their personality. I'll go and I'll follow you on YouTube, and I'll follow your YouTube account and be like, let's see how this person, like, let's watch some of their content. Let's see how they are as a content creator, because that will determine whether or not I want to do what I'm doing now, which is having them on my channel. Because every once in a while I have people who I might not be a huge fan of their content, but most of the time I'm like, I want to promote these people. Even if I have like no subs, promotion is promotion.
Hell yeah.
So I think I followed AugieRFC. I didn't actually follow Red Fox Comms, which is fucking hilarious. And I saw you were live streaming, and I started just typing in your live stream, and like this is before I'd even joined your Discord server. I think I joined your Discord server around like the 5th episode or something, 5th or 6th episode that you were doing of After Hours.
Yeah, that would have been before we had the big one with Keem. When
that
Keem
was
came
the
on.
day Keem came on.
Oh, okay, so that would have been episode 8, the infamous, the thing that kind of kickstarted the show.
Yeah.
Honestly, the thing is with After Hours, like the reason why that show's even called After Hours in the first place was because the idea was, I'd make videos every day, and then I'd just go on my live stream called After Hours, and I'd just hang out with my chat, who at the time consisted of about 3 to 5 people. And then we ended up having like a big show with Keemstar on. It was the 8th episode.
Yeah, that was.
And at that point, the show wasn't even daily. It was just whenever the hell I wanted. And when we had that big show, suddenly the audience went from 5 people to 15 people, then to 80 people in that one night.
Now you get on average between like 100 to like 150 people.
Yeah, it's insane to see it grow and stuff. But initially, I wasn't used to like a view count like that. So basically, what I decided was I'd take a risk and really just not abandon my main channel. It's not abandoned, but I just kind of set it aside and focus on the side project here. What's that?
I said there's crickets coming from your main channel. Right?
Well, there is, to be fair. But truth be told, when it comes to video making, I've always had a much stronger passion for live streaming. I tried doing like multiple live shows, like daily shows, even before After Hours began, and it just didn't work. And I just figured, all right, I guess I'm just not cut out for this. But with After Hours, it's been completely different. It's been one of those right place, right time scenarios where it's like I met the right people at the right time, and we got like the right connections, and we had the right amount of just show topics all appearing at once. It just added to this really cool project.
Episode 8 was the That's What It Is episode.
No, it was like
that was the one where we were complaining about Keemstar stealing Boblox's like research on the That's What It Is situation.
Is that how that argument started?
because
okay.
because the three of us were on a call like the day before while we were watching Matt's live stream, remember? And I was just like, hey you guys, look what I found. Hey you guys, look what I found. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, research. It's not my strong. It's not my strong suit.
Yeah, if anyone's like, if people who are close to me, if I like find out information, I pick and choose. Like sometimes I'll just like hop into someone's DMs. I'll be like, here's a shit ton of information. I think if you go look at our Twitter DMs, that's literally what that is. It's just like, is an information graveyard that never got used.
Oh man, yeah. Like
Well,
I said
I mean,
before,
Bobax
research
used
is
it.
not my strong suit. But you guys really just come through and show me all this stuff, and I'm like, oh, man, where the hell did you find all this?
I just Googled, and and to be honest, I Googled. I grabbed like parts of his name, like just searched Matt Watson YouTube, and then that's how I found his other channel and stuff like that. And that's how I found his like. And then I go on to other live streams where people are trying to defend him and stuff like that, and then that's how I found out what his Reddit account was. Because somebody's like, oh, this is his Reddit account, and I was like, thank you for that. Because a lot of it is just sifting through bullshit. And there's a lot of bullshit on the internet.
Yeah.
But I remember that argument with Keem. That was like my first time, one, interacting with Keemstar, like ever, and two, it being my first time on RFC After Hours. It was a weird thing, but like I've just never really kowtowed to Keem. Like when he's come on, I think the only thing I did was defend the idea of somebody just saying you should put down your dog.
I wonder who said that.
Somebody who will be on this channel eventually.
Oh hell yeah.
No, and I didn't even know who. I knew who you were just because we met the day before. I knew of Bo Blacks, but he and I didn't speak until the day I dropped the Just Destiny video. Like, he DM'd me because he thought I was, like, a Just Destiny fangirl. I'm like, no. And I didn't know who Tipster was, but one of my friends, like, DM'd me, and they're like, Tipster's talking about your video, and, like, sent me the link. Like, that's how I found out who Tipster was.
Yeah, I've known, like, here's the thing, right? January was like when I got introduced to like a bunch of commentators, but prior to that, not only was I not even involved in the community, but I actually didn't even want to be involved in the community just because I was told it's filled with a bunch of snakes or something. And definitely there's a lot of that going on, but it definitely there's a lot of good, genuine people in the community as well. But I had known only like I would say like Tipster, who else?
Keemstar.
I knew Sinosure. Well, no, I'm just saying, like, personally. Okay. People I knew personally before I even met the community. I knew Sino, Tipster, I guess to some extent Tommy C, and then, someone else. But for the most people, like, I hung out with on my live streams were actually, like, friends, like, from, IRL friends, as it's called. And then just people from my Discord server. Like, I had not even thought like I'd ever be a part of the commentary community. And I remember like in December or something, I was doing like a Twitch stream, and someone Sylph actually put in the chat or something. He was like, hey, you should get to know some of the other commentators. And I'm like, nah, it's never gonna happen. I write alone. I'm doing this all by myself and stuff like that. But truth be told,
you need us.
Yeah. And to be fair, none of what's been happening in the past few months would even be possible if I hadn't met you guys. And the rest of the community. It's really been insane to.
What's really funny is
it's all been happening.
Back in March of last year is when I started using Twitter and YouTube again, and I started the thought process of using YouTube again. I started posting videos in April, and again, like, I had 22 subs on my YouTube channel, and I had 6 followers on Twitter, and I was just like, why not? I'm bored. Like, that's literally why I started. I was like, I want to make online friends. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, fuck it. Yeah.
And I posted 2 commentary videos. They're utter shit. I'll probably send you a link because they're, like, hidden now. One was on Kavos, and the other one was on Jake Paul. 2 real easy topics, but my audio's shit, and my first one, I didn't even have face cam.
What did you use?
I literally just used a still of a picture someone had drawn for me like 6 years prior. Because I've been on YouTube since the very beginning. So and whereas people go and they'll go look at my main channel and they'll be like, oh no, you haven't, you've been on YouTube since like 2010, 2011. I'll be like, funny story, I still have an existing YouTube account from 2005. Augie's seen it. You commented on one of the videos.
I've commented. Yeah, I think I did leave a comment or something.
I was like, son of a bitch. Like, I show you guys the videos. I was like, now don't sub to this, don't comment, don't anything. And next thing I know, I'm like actually looking at that channel to like pull up a video or something that I had privated, and I see like a comment from you. I'm like, God damn it, Augie.
People can't find the videos from the comments though, so you're safe.
I mean, I don't really worry about people finding the video. Like, I'll post it publicly on Twitter. Like, fuck it. Like, it's 30 seconds of cringe.
Oh, yeah.
But it's just that was who I used to be. Like, it's funny going through the comment section of those of my old Twitter account of my old YouTube account, because people think that the comment section are AIDS now. But, like, I got literally told that like my parents like dropped me and then like hit me with a baseball bat.
Jesus.
Back in 2006, like people said that meth addicts looked better than I did, and that was when I was all drug free and everything. So it was a very interesting time on YouTube. It was like the Wild Wild West. Whereas
did
now,
the comments like ever like get to you or something? Because like back then, like it's easy to say nowadays, like oh it's just the comments or something. But back then it was a much different like atmosphere back then. So when you got comments like that, was it like insane for you? Were you like, oh my gosh, you know, I can't believe people would be so mean? Or were you just kind of like expecting stuff like that to happen?
Well, not at first. I wasn't expecting it, but I decided to go through to do like a video on a YouTube creator who's no longer on the platform, and I was just like going against her because I fucking hated her content. And like this is 2006. The video's deleted.
2006 commentary.
This is 2006, and like I took down the video out of respect now because she's dead. But it was a YouTube creator by the name of Little Loca or Stevie Ryan. When she went over to MTV later on, but she like her content was shit. It was like really like she was trying to be stereotypical like gangster Mexican girl in all of her videos, and I really fucking hated it, and I like ripped into it. Like I didn't rip into her as a person, I ripped into the content itself, and her fans were probably like, even to this day, like I see the comment section when people are like, oh, I'm getting fan hate and you're seeing KYS. Like, no, like that's not even a thing. Like people were talking like in explicit detail on things that they were going to do to me, because that was back before YouTube had any sort of censorship on their comment section, back before you could filter comments, back before you even like, I believe you were just able to delete comments, and I believe that was even still new when I made that video.
Oh wow.
So that video got to me. And that was my first 15-minute video. That was when my original YouTube channel got partnered. Because back in 2006, being a YouTube partner meant you were trustworthy enough to post 15-minute plus videos.
Oh, I vaguely remember those days. I vaguely remember that, because I remember, you know, back in that time, you know, my dad was like kind of starting to get into YouTube and stuff like that, and he was, you know.
And you had to apply for it. Like an actual application. Like, it's not like with monetization where like you just click a couple buttons, you set up your AdSense account to connect it to it, and just cross your fingers that YouTube decides that you can get it. It is, I had to put in my legal name. I had to put in my YouTube channel, the reason why I wanted to do longer than 15-minute videos. I had to agree to the terms of the service again. Like, the only thing I didn't have to give them was my social security number.
Jeez.
I had to give them my valid birthday.
It's like applying for a job.
Yeah. And it was just to be able to upload longer content. And
not
now,
even like money?
Not even money, because back in 2006, the idea of being paid to do YouTube unless like
Yeah.
didn't exist, like because it was before YouTube was bought by Google. Like I've been here when YouTube was still owned by YouTube. So when people are like, "Oh, I remember back in 2011," I'm like, "Yeah, but YouTube was owned by Google at that point. It was still a corporate business. It was back when, like, YouTube was pretty much like, oh, I made a 5-second video and I want to upload it here instead of eBomb's World."
Scully's an OG.
Like I have seen every layout of YouTube from its creation. It's crazy.
I remember back in the days when like the YouTube layout would like change like every like 6 months or something. Like there'd be like a new layout. Like now that at least they're like a little more steady about it. But back, like I remember it'd be like 6 months there'd be like a new layout, and then everyone would be like, it's a new layout or something. But then they'd get used to it, and then there'd be like another one or something, and it would change like everything.
I remember back when like the goal wasn't getting on the trending. Trending didn't even exist. The trending tab never existed.
Trending's relatively new.
Yeah, it's relatively new. It was getting on the homepage. Like, that was the goal. If your video got on the homepage, that meant you were going to go viral. Because everyone saw it.
That was like, that's like recommended, but for like, that's like global recommended.
Yeah,
basically.
because that was like, hey, YouTube sees that this video is trending up. Let's put this on the homepage so that way even people who aren't logged in will see this and want to see this and be like, oh shit, this is apparently really popular, and try to get in and start watching it. That was the day of viral videos. Like back in the day, viral videos were pretty much like a video starting to mildly trend on YouTube and then getting posted on the homepage and then exploding. Like the Charlie bit my finger videos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like that's how those like exploded. But you can't do that anymore on YouTube. Like to have a viral video on YouTube, it either has to be really like it has to be really streamed like either positively or negatively, or you have to like do what Matt did and go to Reddit and just like promote the fuck out of your video on Reddit. And
people still say Reddit's like really valuable for promoting videos. I can't. I'm too stupid to figure out Reddit.
Same.
Like I tried to like figure out, like I went to r/videos and you know, I go to post my video or something, and the post gets removed, but I don't even know the post gets removed until one of my friends tells me, who's like, my friend is like, you know, avid, like he uses Reddit daily, so he knows like all this shit like inside and out. So I post my thing and it's not even there anymore, and my friend's like, hey, where's your post? And I'm like, I just did it. Like, I'm looking at it right now. And he's like, well, you can still see it, but it got deleted. Like, check your messages. And I'm like, why do I have to check messages? Like, it should just be gone. If it's deleted, it should, like, why do I have to check this? So I go to see, like, why did it get removed? Well, you need 10, what is it? What's the currency on Reddit? It's
karma.
Like, yeah, you need 10 karma or something. Well, I'm like, what the fuck is karma? So I figure that out, and I'm like, all right, I get 10 karma. I just go in other like pages. Like, if you look up my Reddit, you can see like all the A's comments I've left on so many posts, just like spamming, just to get my karma up. So once I get the 10 karma, I go to post again. It's like, oh, well, you need 10 comment karma. I'm like, what the hell is comment karma? So I just gave up. Like, I can't. I can't bother with Reddit.
No, I've only had one video that's been posted on Reddit that I know of, and that is because a friend of mine watched my fake flat Earth video. Thought it was fucking hilarious. Like, I did what Logan Paul did, but mine was 3 minutes, sub 3 minutes, and his was 50 minutes.
Oh man.
And that got like 15K views because my friend started going and posting it on some flat Earth Reddit pages because he had a lot of karma. So
I did a video on Red Fox Comms like back in November or something, talking about the Logan Paul flat Earth thing, and when I did it, I didn't notice like how, you know, these flat earthers are so like obsessive to the point where they found the video. The video itself, like if I look it up right now, it probably has like 400 views or something.
Right.
But like almost all of the comments left on the video are flat earthers like vehemently defending the idea. Like I'm looking the video up now, 500 views. I can send it to you.
Okay.
If you want. But this video is back in November. Like if you look through the comments, you can just see so many people just like, because like obviously I was joking about flat earthers to kind of just dump it on them and stuff like that for entertainment. And there's so many comments in there like, hey, what are you doing? Like, the flat earth, like, imagine not believing the earth is flat. It's like, how did you guys even find this in the first place?
So my video was me trying to convince people who believed in the flat earth that the sun was also flat, and that when we had eclipses, it was just the sun going to its dark side. And what's so funny is all of the comments I got, like, half of them were people going, finally, like I would either get people, 3 types of comments. I would get people saying that they thought I agreed with them because they didn't watch till the very end. Again, sub 3-minute video, and they couldn't stay until after the comment, subscribe, because I say it's a joke. People who watched it till comment and subscribe and got really pissed off at me because they thought I believed it. And people who got the joke and got really fucking annoyed that I was joking about it.
Oh, wow.
And then my one friend who was just going and trolling all of them. Like, responding to every person.
I'm going through your channel right now and doing like the most viewed or something.
Yeah, it will be my most viewed video.
Flat sun and flat earth, 15K views.
Yep. That's where I got most
dive, incel, and black.
You don't even understand. Like, I went into incel.me and created an account and faked being an incel for a little while to get research on that video. I found incel channels and I reacted to some of their content. I also became friends with one of them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How did that work? You became friends with the incel?
Well, because I told him I told both of the people who I used some of the clips from their video in my video. I DM both of them on Twitter and let them know that I used some of their content in my video about incels and the term of blackpilling, which is the men realizing that women are nothing more than users or property. It's pretty much men becoming super misogynist and realizing that, it's fun to hate
Hell
women.
yeah. Well, toss me in that. No, I'm just kidding.
Jesus Christ. And for you guys, he jokes like this all the time.
Yeah, literally. Oh my gosh,
this
any horrible group of people or something, I'll just be like, yeah, the homies right there, toss me in with those. No, wait, I'm just kidding, guys.
No, it was very interesting. One person vehemently ignored me, utterly ignored me. Commented, posted a comment about the fact that some skanky whore used clips from one of his videos on being blackpilled as a negative, and then the other guy was just like, sweet, yeah, and he was like, maybe when you do part 2 you can have me on your channel, which I never did. That was at the beginning of me doing political videos. That was actually my very first one, because that was right after the Toronto attack, where the guy took a van and ran over a bunch of people. And he came out as an incel and liking that one dude who shot up a bunch of people in California.
Elliot Roger?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what got me into the subject. It kind of led me into the political sphere, and I did that for a little while, and a lot of my political videos are also privated now. But the community on the skeptic political side of YouTube is really, really toxic, and I ended up getting,
I'm familiar with that group.
I ended up befriending some people who are mild part of the internet blood sports and stuff like that.
Oh, really? Who?
Well, I mean, Ian.
Oh.
I actually have a video of him being on my channel, which he didn't promote at all, which it was a live stream, by the way. He was like, yeah, I'm going to promote this live stream and it's going to be super awesome. And literally every person that watched it during the stream itself was people who were coming because it was my content, which pissed me off.
Oh, man.
When he was a huge, Twitter account, and I knew that if he had tweeted it out, I would have gotten a huge boost, and I was a really salty small creator at that point. Having somebody who had such a large following on my channel, and having them not promoting it pissed me off.
Oh damn! Did you like call him out or something, or did you
I
like send
called
him
him
an
out.
angry DM or something?
I called him out privately. Yeah, we had a couple private calls about it, and he apologized and everything like that. It was really late his time because Malaysia, Washington State,
Yeah.
the time zone difference is awkward. But yeah, no, there was a different time. Like I was mostly hanging out on Chris Raygun's and Bunty King's Discord server back when Bunty was still in politics, right before he decided to switch to video games. And it was definitely an interesting time on YouTube for me, even though that was like back in, I want to say May or June. And then in July, I got introduced to Progress and had him on my channel, and pretty much.
Oh, Progress is great.
He was the first.
Actually,
he was the first person I had on my channel.
I didn't know who Progress was until this other creator. I think his name is like Josh is Broken or something. Are you familiar with?
I just now
guy?
became familiar with Josh is Broken because I posted that stupid tier list, which to any of you who are listening, I put Leafy where he was just to piss you off, and it worked.
I put Leafy in my SS tier and nobody called me out for it.
Yeah, but you also didn't have people like Colossal is Crazy respond to your tweet.
Oh yeah, true.
I had like Colossal, Nerd City, Doplex, Crimson I think responded to it. There was a couple other large creators. iNabber responded to it. Like there was a bunch of large creators that responded to it, and like I didn't at people when I posted it, so I was like, what the fuck is going on here? And people initially thought like I created like the template. I'm like, I didn't create the template. I'm using a template someone else created.
Yeah, some people were like, oh, why wasn't I on the list or something?
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't create and to be fair, the template is trash because it didn't include me in it. And it also didn't include
technically
I don't think.
Yeah, no, I wasn't on there, and I've been told I've been a part of the commentary community since like July. Like pretty much from that moment on, like I would talk with iNabber like in his live streams, and I'd be like, I'm not a part of the commentary community. Like, Shauna, you're a part of the commentary community, and just give it. I was like, no,
yeah,
I'm
so
commentary.
we didn't make it on the list, so automatically the list is trash. Making
Sino sure did.
Yes, Sino made it on the list. I was like salty about that.
No,
I'll be honest.
Kevin the Mel.
Man, you got
Kevin
no
the Mevin
subs, no views.
Also got on the list, and like, there's a bunch of people.
Who got on the list?
What? Kevin the Mevin.
Kevin the Mevin?
Yeah.
I watched one of his videos the other day because this is my recommended, but I have no clue who he is.
He's in Guppies with us.
Is he?
Yeah.
Is he? He must not be that active then, because I only figure out who he was when I saw one of his videos in my recommended. I watched it. It was pretty decent, alright.
And yeah, I've known about him since the Progress incident, because I was like.
I'm allowed to be like mean to who is it, to Sino though, because like me and Sino go back to
back when you were a Sonic tuber? No, probably not.
Yes. Oh man, bring up those dark days. Yeah, me and Sino actually met in that whole scene because Sino used to be like involved in that as well.
Really?
And back then he ran by a channel called it was called something else. I'm forgetting the name now. It's like I'm like so like brain dead.
Well, no, that's Cisco.
Right now,
that's
but,
Cisco. That's Cisco, not
no,
Sino.
me and Cisco actually go back to that as well, but it was Sino who was also in there. And he had another channel.
Jesus.
But he got rid of it and he made a commentary channel. And I remember I saw one of his videos like when he had like 15 subs. I watched one of his videos because he was in my Discord server promoting.
Right.
So I checked it out. And I was like, man, I know this dude's voice from somewhere. Because when I know Sonic from Sonic, we never talked. We just knew each other from like, oh hey, as like acquaintances. But like I recognize his voice because I used to watch his Sonic videos. And I was like, man, you sound exactly like some. And then I go into his to his Discord account, I see what like accounts are like linked to it, and he has like his old Twitter. It was the Dick Tracy or something. That's what he went by. Yeah. And then he changed it to Sino Sure, and then he changed it again to So Sino. But yeah, I remember I hit him up and I was like, man, I had no clue you were making commentary videos now. And he's like, oh yeah. And it's something funny, I didn't notice at the time, but he told me now, like he watched like one of my videos at the time that I hit him up. And he was like, man, this dude's an asshole. And then and then we started talking more like months later, and we became friends. But initially, he was like, he watched one of my videos.
He's like, you're an asshole, but I'm gonna promote your Discord server.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, exposing yourself over there? Like, what the hell? I'm just using you for clout. I see how it is. Nah. Sano's a good dude. And then, of course, Cisco is my other former Sonic. Well, he still does the Sonic.
Yeah.
He still does the Sonic.
He's still a Sonic tuber.
He tries to get out of it. Like he'll talk to me sometimes. He'll be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna get out of it and make my own content." And he'll be like, "Well, what kind of content are you gonna make? Are you gonna do like commentary or like just regular gaming videos? Like, what are you gonna do?" And he's like, "I don't know." And then like a few days later, he's back to posting Sonic Daily again. And I'm just like, whatever. Whatever floats your boat.
He was in my stream today, and like he just noticed that he became a mod, but like he's like, "Oh, I have a sword next to me." I was like, "What? They allow swords in your country?"
Oh man, the mods, like on my stream, like on my channel, actually, if I can like load up right now and actually see how many.
You probably have
like
like 200.
I have like 100 to 200 mods in there. Like just anyone I'll see, I'll just be like, fuck it, here, have a wrench.
But until they decide to time out drama alert.
Oh my gosh, everyone always like will just bully drama. I hate when that happens too, because like I'm like, everyone has to have a platform, but then someone will just go in there and just be like, yeah, I'm gonna time out Keemstar. I'm like, man, I know Keemstar's an asshole and I know it's tempting, but just you gotta knock that off, you know?
Like, to be fair, if Keem like came and harassed us on Commentary Live, which is actually happening this Saturday, and you're gonna be on that.
I'm gonna get double exposure on.
Yeah, you're gonna be on that. Well, it only has 50 subs. But you're gonna be on that right before this actually gets released. Like if he showed up and he was being toxic in chat, yeah, my mods would mute him. Because I don't fucking care if he's Keemstar. I don't fucking care if he's like Susan Wojcicki. If you're being toxic in the chat, you're gonna get muted.
Yeah.
I actually had a stalker on, like, it started off with him like harassing me on a Discord server, and then he joined my Discord server and started harassing me. And when I blocked him from that, he started harassing me on Twitter, and when I blocked him from there, he went to Instagram, and then when I blocked him there, he started harassing me on my live streams.
Oof.
And when I blocked him there, he then went over to Commentary Live when we moved it.
Jesus, it was so persistent.
And then like he joined one of my friends' Discord servers. And then he like and then he DM'd me and apologized, so I like gave him a second chance. And then he like added a role like 15 times in my server. I was like, yeah, you're gone.
Was he like a kid or something?
Like a 14-year-old.
Oh, well, that makes sense, yeah.
Who like was trying to flirt with me. Like that's why he was being blocked.
That's weird. What the hell?
Yeah, it was incredibly uncomfortable.
Yeah, I can imagine. Why would a I don't understand.
I don't know.
It's fucking weird.
He was like from Argentina or something.
Did he like speak well English or something, or
no?
Was it all like broken up?
It was broken English.
Did he speak well English? Well, not like my English is better.
I mean, that's because you're from Texas.
It's because I'm stupid.
That too. It's funny how like my boyfriend doesn't know your guys' names. Like he'll probably almost never remember them unless I actually get you guys into a call with him, which I should one of these days. Like before like the live stream, just like add you and Bo Blacks to the call, because like I do that sometimes. It annoys him. It really does. But he like also likes to talk to the people who I consider my close friends. The people like I told Bo Blacks if he ever comes down to Washington that Chris and I would take him out for a beer, and he's like, hell yeah. I'm not taking you out for a beer because you're 17. That's you, Augie.
Oh man. You know, me and Ben and Tipster have this like running gag or something where something like I forget, I was in a call with like Tipster or something, and Tipster's like talking about YouTubers he'd have a drink with or something. And I was like, hey Tipster, would you have a drink with me and Ben, like maybe at VidCon or something? And he's like, when you turn 18, or no, he's like when you turn 21 or something, because America is still retarded. We're in the 21. You have to wait till you're 21 to get, have a drink or something. Even though nobody follows that rule, but it's still a rule anyway. So Ben had the brilliant idea of, and for the audience watching, Ben is like my friend from one of my IRL friends who's like, I talked to online as well.
I like how I described him last night to my mom.
How'd you describe him to your mom?
I said that Ben was like AIDS. Once you have him, you can never get rid of him unless you die.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, he had this brilliant idea.
Oh, that's probably like the edgiest thing I've ever said on my own channel.
Oh, but yeah, I was just telling him, I was like, or no, Ben like told Tipster, he had this brilliant idea of like, well, we can just go to Mexico or something where like the drinking age is 18 and we can drink there, even though I won't be 18 for a couple months and then he won't be 18 for like a whole like year or two or something. You still got like, yeah, he was like, oh, well, fuck it, we'll just go to Mexico anyways. Well, what are they gonna do? It's not like they're the great enforcers of law there. I mean, we can get away with pretty much anything. And Tipster was like, no, wait till you're 21. And so now, like, every time, like, we'll see Tipster in a car or something, we'll be like, yo, Tipster, Mexico? You're like, 21.
Man,
Tipster's great.
Like, coming at the fact that, like, I knew who Tommy C was, but, like, I hadn't watched his channel in a while. And, like, I just started to meet, like, Tipster, and I was starting to watch Tommy C's live streams with you guys. Like, during the, like, right before After Hours would happen, like, we would all, like, start watching After Hours because we would want to see, like, if Keemsburg out in the chat, if Tommy Spurged out. He's not gonna watch this. Like, oh, no, Tommy's actually watched some of my videos. Never mind.
Well, at the time, I mean, me and Tommy definitely, weren't too friendly towards each other. So, yeah, definitely, like, we used to, like, dump on Tommy a lot, and he used to dump on us a lot, and then,
What's weird is I never really had an issue with Tommy, and like I told him, because I have had a one-on-one conversation with him finally, and I was like, yeah, I didn't start watching you until after beta, and he's like, that's the best thing I've ever heard. He's like, I'm always happy when people say that, because that means
I can imagine, because it gets a little tiring after a while when people are like, oh, I just remember you from the bigger podcast that you were on, not your own. Well,
no, I'm just like, I remembered the other podcast. I went, oh shit, what the fuck is Tommy C go? Well, like when it initially dissolved, and I was like, fuck, and I went and found his channel and started watching his channel. So I've been subbed to him since like 2016, but like, to be honest, like this last year I just didn't watch Tommy C. Like I was just like, I can't be bothered with live streams unless I'm moderating them.
It's funny because live streams are like pretty much 90% of the content I watch.
I know.
Live streams, and then I'll just see what's good in my recommended, which most of the time is either Blood Sports clips and Family Guy clips.
Or sometimes
I don't know why I get so many Family Guy clips in my recommended. It's just I get them constantly, and I'm just like, and then I click on it anyway, and it just gives me more.
That's
so I'm like feeding into the problem. But it's like, I'll clear my thing out, just be like, all right, let's not clear my history for any, like, we're talking about YouTube here, not Google
YouTube
as a whole.
history.
Yeah, my YouTube history. I'll clear this out so that it can, like, give me some, it can, like, fix my recommended, because my recommended is always broken, but it doesn't work. Like, it still sends me the same stuff. So I'm just like, all right, I guess I have to put up with my fate now. It's just Family Guy and Blood Sports clips.
Let's see. Some guy named Michael Marone, he's in my recommended Red Letter Media. Trainwreck TV, which I don't know why.
Trainwreck TV does some good Twitch streams.
Tech Rules, The Anime Man, Legal Eagle. Let's see, James Marriott, more Red Letter Media, Willie Mack, MK, which is Slazo's Reddit channel. I do watch some Reddit. Stream clips. Somebody else going after PewDiePie. Oh, somebody who remixed PewDiePie's Congratulations, because I've listened to that a bunch of times. And then Kappa. Like, my recommended's still trash. Like, I only went through, like, the stuff.
Well, yours is like at least like a few things that you'd be interested in. Mine's just like here's a Peter Griffin.
Here's the joke. I never use my recommended.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It's Fortnite. It's Steejo videos of him playing Fortnite. There's okay, Crimson Studios. That's some good stuff right there.
Crimson's always good.
For some reason, it's not showing me anything else. Family Guy. Brian kills a squirrel. Let's see what else. Oh, it's some Destiny in there. I actually watch a lot of Destiny, even though politically I'm like the opposite of him, but I still watch some Destiny. Yeah. But then let's see what else is here. The Pied Pipers of YouTube by Mr. Medicare. Okay, so it's getting a little better, but it's still like just kind of A. It's like I don't know why half of this stuff is even in here. Like why do I want to watch a Stejo video? What the hell?
Probably because you were watching his video logged into your account.
But it was like a commentary video. It wasn't even gaming. So it's
yeah,
like...
but they're still going to recommend his other videos. Like to be honest, what I do, like if it's like Stejo or if it's like Susie Lou or if it's like a content creator that like I don't want to ever see in my recommended, I go and open up Microsoft Edge, go to YouTube, go to the video. Do not log in.
Yeah.
Like, and the reason why I do that is because I can't be bothered to log out of my YouTube account on my computer, on Chrome. Like, fuck that. Yeah. Not doing it.
Yeah, it's so annoying. So you have to type in all your stuff. And then...
Well, especially since I have two-factor authentication. Like, I don't want to have to deal with that.
Yeah, I recently put that on just for some safety reasons. Well, things got a little more spicier in the after hours. So I gotta make sure my shit's in gear.
No, I totally get that. Like, I guess I'll say it publicly now because, like, I highly doubt that whoever the person is watching my YouTube. They're probably talking about it from, like, they probably are watching on Twitter to see my reaction. But, since you and I have known each other, someone's attempted to swap me 3 times.
Jeez.
And only one of them was the day after the Zoom video, and so I'm assuming it had nothing to do with it because one happened in March, and then one happened like probably like the 2 or 3 days after my last name got posted on Twitter, and I'm pretty sure it's just like dude being an asshole. But I live near a cop.
Bit of an asshole thing to do. Doxing and stuff like that, or swatting.
Doxing isn't okay. Attempting to swat someone is not okay. Sending pizzas to someone's house, as funny as that is, it's not okay.
Then it's justified.
No, it's not justified.
Well, according to certain people, it is. That's
Keemstar can suck my left toe. I'm not gonna what he did was not only entirely inappropriate. He's not a journalist, and I pointed this out to a mutual friend of ours.
He's like, I'm like a host of Drama Alert. I have to do stuff like this. It's like, okay.
You're not a journalist. You're a drama channel. You don't need to do this. You run false stories all the time. You clearly don't do your research, and your research team, which, from what I hear, consists of one other person. They're shit. If you're gonna be a drama channel for YouTube, do it all. That includes IBS, even though you don't like talking about them. Or just stick to being a clout chasing channel and talk about FaZe Banks. But don't do both.
It's kind of interesting with that, because like a lot of people will be like, oh, Keem, well, why aren't you reporting on other stuff like this? It's because he fucks it all up. Maybe you should just stick to this stupid stuff like FaZe Banks or whatever the hell that is. Not even, because like a lot of people were like, oh, well, like the whole argument, the Zoom thing was like, you made a federal case like you should with the original swatter who ended up killing the innocent father who had no clue who gaming was. That guy, the Tyler Oakley or something, or Barris or something, I forget what his name is, and it's honestly better that his name is forgotten, to be quite honest. And Keemstar made a big photo case about that. He interviewed the guy and he helped get the guy arrested. All good. Why didn't he do the same thing with Zoom if Zoom was supposedly doing the same thing? Now at least this whole discussion of, well, did Zoom dox? And I don't really want to get into all of that on this channel. No. But the point is that there's clearly some stuff going on here. Why isn't Keemstar looking into it or giving it the same attention that he gave the other case? It's just inconsistencies, and it's like we all say like, oh, Keem needs to stop talking about Jake Paul every episode. He needs to cover the really interesting stuff. It's like, well, maybe you should stick to Jake Paul on second thought.
Like, has anyone thought I miss Scarce?
Scarce is innocent. He just sat there and he just like, hey,
yeah, he just reported the news.
Report the news, and he just calls it a night.
Like sometimes he would do his double uploads, but
hell yeah. Scarce is just there. He's just like, I'm gonna just say you report the news, then call it a night, and
yeah,
you get on and do the same thing. I mean, I hear like from behind the scenes, like he was like he wasn't as innocent as like his YouTube persona led you to believe or something. But for the most part, he wasn't really involved, or at least if he wasn't caught that we know of, like doing some shady stuff or having this like this like sense of like, I need to get out and like destroy everyone, you know?
I know that there was like rumors like he hooked up with Zoe Berger or something at one point. But like that's all I know.
Good for him. I don't care. He's a grown man. He can do what he wants.
But like
Zoe Berger. Yeah, that's one name that you don't hear anything.
Jesus, when I was starting to get back into the YouTube community, and I want to say that this was when I started to get back towards commentary and stuff like that. I was following Zoe Berger, and like all of a sudden she was like going crazy, cutting her hair and like posting like videos of herself like having a breakdown while being half naked. I'm like, what the hell am I watching?
Yeah.
What happened? What happened to the chick who just twerked on stream?
Yeah, I remember way back in like 2016 or something when Zoe Berger was like first like catching a lot of attention or something. She went on Tommy C's show of all shows. And she said she was talking about how much she studied. Like, I'm gonna make sure I'm not just a fad, and I'm not just like one-time thing. That I'm gonna make sure that I last. I'm not just like a fad. That's the chick who twerked for a bit, and then she went off and died off in popularity. She was like, I'm gonna make sure I'm like always relevant, and I like stay in the game or something like that. And then after they baited and stuff, it all ended there.
Yep. That baited episode was fucking trash, to be perfectly honest. But
I'm actually curious, like, what her numbers are looking like on Twitter. Oh man, oof.
Is she bleeding?
At her height, she had like 650K, and now she has 570K.
So yes,
she's lost pretty much everything.
Not everything. How that all works. I mean, she's lost 100K, but like she still has.
Yeah,
followers.
But she ain't getting that back unless she does something.
Yeah, unless she like spurgs out on Twitter again. And
I almost think like she thought maybe if maybe I have this like mental breakdown or something, I can like I can like people know me again, but as the crazy chick this time, not as like the twerking chick.
Oh yeah.
But it didn't work. People were just like, oh, it's this old washed up YouTuber. Now she's like having like a breakdown or something. Who cares?
And she's having a breakdown while literally showing her tits. Like, let's be honest. I was just like, what the hell? And then I was like, I went and looked, and she gets so much money on Patreon. So much money.
Does she still?
Yeah.
Oh, is that where she's at now?
Yeah, she like sells her nudes on Patreon. Don't do that.
No, I'm curious. This is scientific research right here. Let me see. I'm just looking to see how much she makes. $9 per month?
Oh shit! Oh fuck! It was like 900.
Am I looking at the right one here? $9 per month.
Link it to me.
Here, I'll just send it to you. It's Lux Gaming.
I don't think that's hers anymore.
That can't be hers. No. He's using her name or something. That's all it comes up. But she might have deleted hers, to be fair.
I found it.
Oh, you did?
No.
Of course. Oh wait, no. I was gonna say, of course, Scully, master research here. I try to research.
Give me
something.
a second.
It just doesn't work.
Yeah. Creator inbox. Thank you. I might have well, fuck it. I'll just admit to it. For research, I pledged 1 month to her Patreon. So I already
for research.
Oh shit! It doesn't exist. Her old
gone?
Patreon, yeah, it's gone.
Rip! I knew she gonna be making $9. Cause like the thing is with these Patreon accounts is that people will like donate forever. They'll just like they'll sign up for something and then they'll forget about it. So even like dead YouTubers, like I'll name this one YouTuber. You probably don't know who he is. Like the Spoony One. It's like an old gaming YouTuber from like a long time ago. His Patreon still makes like $500 a month, even though like he hasn't like posted in like years or something. So it's like these Patreon accounts, they'll stay like active and actually generate you like a decent amount of money considering like, you know, the lack of, you know, content you may or may not be making. Patreon's an interesting website.
It really is.
It's kind of funny how they've like not even bothered to like clean off all these old dead patrons that are just like sucking away people's money. They're just like, whatever.
I just recently got my first Patreon supporter, and at the end of this video will be the first time like because I say hey at the end of my videos, I'll say your name. Yeah, I get $1 a month because I only have one tier and it's for $1.
Nice. I got a Patreon. I just sent it to you just so you want to see.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I got actually $8 a month. That's
nice.
I'm making like one less than Zoe Burger. I never thought I'd be able to say that with a straight face.
Like I did have like a whole bunch of like awesome tiers and stuff like that, and then I was just like, I can't be bothered to like deal with this, so I was like, okay, if I go to one tier for now, I can then grow and increase later and like edit and stuff like that as I go.
Well, like the thing is like the only thing I really give out is like a Discord rank. I'm like open about it. I'm just like, yeah, I'm not gonna send you like stickers or like something cute in the mail or something. I'm just gonna I'll give you a Discord rank and then you can do
private Discord chat and VC as well. I mean, for $3 and for $5, that includes all the other benefits as well as your social media.
It's mostly
choice
just
being
like
put on
Discord
being
shit
put in my YouTube description.
Yeah. It's like I'll slap you in the description or something, but like I'm not gonna like send you like stickers in the mail or like fucking private photos. Like I'm not gonna like go all out with this kind of stuff.
Mine just says, hey, if you want to show a little support, you get your name at the end of every video, and then it also includes a Discord role.
Hell yeah. But yeah, Discord's an interesting site. It's definitely
Oh yeah, you mean Patreon? Yeah, it's definitely interesting. Patreon. That's where there's a lot of people who sell nudes or their premium Snapchat access to their premium Snapchat through their
premium Snapchat.
No,
I didn't even know what premium Snapchat was.
I have a male friend who has one, and like he has 2 Snapchat accounts that, like other than his premium, and, like one. Like, he accidentally messaged me on his promotion Snapchat, which literally is just there for him to, like, tease gay dudes. To, like, get them to pay for his...
Was he gay himself, or is he just hustling? Straight.
He's just hustling.
Damn. Respect it.
He's just showing his dick to dudes because chicks don't want to see it.
Oh, oof.
But, like... He was messaging me on his main, and then all of a sudden, like, I get a friend's request from this other one, and it starts messaging me. I'm like, who the fuck is this? He's like, oh my god, I just messaged you from the wrong account. I'm like, I now know you have a premium Snapchat. That makes sense. Because you don't work. Oh my god.
That makes sense? Oof.
Because he doesn't work. Yeah, like...
Can you actually, like... That's so weird to me. It's like you can just you don't even need to work anymore. You got a premium Snapchat. You just like
he does that. He does like shitty YouTube videos. So I'm not gonna say like his name. And he does like Twitch streams.
Is it Boblax?
Yeah, it's Boblax.
I only say that because Boblax has like 5 or 6 dudes just lining up, and supposedly, allegedly, he's straight.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. It's like the perfect revenge too, cause he hosted my show when I was gone for like a couple weeks or like a few weeks ago. Yeah, you guys hosted the show. You started spreading this rumor that I'm gay or something.
No,
I'm like,
all right. Like that was me.
Right. That was all you?
That was all me. Like I literally started that during the stream. Threw him off.
It was almost like poetic justice because after you spread this rumor or something, like 6 dudes just come out of nowhere and just start hitting on Boblax.
What's great is it was like it was the Thursday show because he skipped Wednesday. No, it was because you came back. It was not Tuesday. It was Wednesday show. It was the show.
Oh yeah,
Wednesday. Yeah. Because you were gone for 3 days, and I was just like, it's really weird that Augie's gone for 3 days hanging out with Ben. It's almost like they're in a relationship. I was like, oh, they're such a cute couple.
Yeah, it's not like friends hang out with each other or anything.
Not
it has
like
to be gay. It has to be
straight.
something. There has to be something going on there.
I mean, you don't just go over to someone's house for 3 days.
So it was a sleepover. It wasn't just us. There was other dudes. Although that probably makes it more gay. But no, you never had sleepovers like growing up or anything like that.
Okay, so when I was your age, I had like during the summer and only during the summer, like my friends would stay over at my house, but that like it wasn't just like one person. And if my friends were staying over, like I had to sleep in the living room too. like no one was allowed to sleep in my room kind of thing, and there was like 15 people crashing at my house.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because I'm a nerd, and we played D&D and Magic cards during the day, and then like watch anime, and then we would all sleep, and then we'd do it all over because we'd stay up until 4 o'clock in the morning, and then wake up at 7 a.m. and do everything all over again. Now you know my sleep schedule's fucked. Been fucked since forever.
Been there since the start.
Been there since the start. Like, I went to bed this morning, like last night I went to bed at like 4 o'clock in the morning, and I got up at 7:30, and then I streamed for an hour.
I can't do that. Like, if I do stuff like that, then I'll like literally just crash and sleep. Like,
oh no, I did. I streamed for like an hour or so, and then I crashed for like 2 hours, and then went back to streaming. So, which, speaking of that,
I tried doing that like on Tuesday's show of After Hours, which at this point will be like, I don't know when this is releasing or anything.
This is gonna release on Sunday.
Okay, so like a few, like 5 days ago or something, on the Tuesday episode of After Hours, like I'd slept like the afternoon or something before we did After Hours, and when I got on the air, I was like completely just like knocked out. I mean, to be fair, I kind of sound a bit knocked out right now, but that's because it's like getting later and I'm getting ready to get to bed soon. But
you're such a
but I was just completely crashed, and I was like, I cannot stream after like I just had like a nap or something, because I'm like all like messed up. I'm like yeah.
Speaking of that, I'm going to be adding a new link to my description, and that is for my Twitch, because I've been streaming there like Monday through Friday, sometimes Monday through Thursday, depending on if I'm actually going to be home on Friday. But Monday through Thursday, been playing Skyrim, and Fridays playing like dating sims, memes, like really shit games. But I have people on, like last week we had Mystic, and I had Mystic, Unwanted Commentary, and Boblax, and they were doing the voices of the anime girls. It was pretty fucking cringe. It was amazing. And also, I need to remember to do this, but I have someone who's going to be editing the VOD for that video, so that should be coming out next week. And then I have somebody else who's going to edit the part 2 VOD. So 2 different people. So yeah, it should be.
Yeah, your own staff going on here, the Scully Productions.
Well, I mean, I pay all the artists that do my art too.
Yeah, you're good about that. I don't pay the co-hosts.
No, he doesn't pay us. Not at all. All of your super chats go right into his pocket. He still owes Boblox like $70.
To be fair, listen, I'm gonna pay him that, because okay, it's a little different when I'm doing the show. Like it makes a little more sense. But when Boblox is literally doing the entire show, like I can't take his money. Like that would be too much. He just sits there and does the entire thing. Because he was actually hustling on my show too. He's like, you gotta donate. And then Tipster just drops a bunch of stuff. Tipster is so generous with the donations. I think like
so here's the
he
question.
just puts like all the money he gets from YouTube just to donate to other people. It's so nice.
If After Hours gets big, like it's the 3 of us right now, even though you never state I'm one of your co-hosts. I am, because I'm there like every show minus like one, I think. I think I missed 1 show, 2. I missed 2 shows, and they were both Friday chill streams. Well, one was supposed to be a chill stream, and it turned out to be a yell fest of like the Toon situation. But if it gets big, have you ever thought about the idea of it like being more like the way Tommy does it, like with paying his co-hosts?
How does Tommy do it again?
I think he splits it 3 ways, like the money that gets donated, but he keeps any money that like comes in from YouTube directly.
Yeah, Boblox was actually talking to me about that, because he was mentioning it or something, and yeah, yeah, for sure. Like I'll like, you know, like I'll think about it. It's like hard to like tell though, because like
well, I mean,
I don't
right
know,
now
like,
it's like
how
still in
big it
its
will
infancy, and you still need to get like more RAM for your computer, so you don't have to restart it every 5 seconds. And so that way you can play GTA without going, why is this thing chugging so hard?
Literally though.
We've been recording for an hour.
Have we actually?
Yeah.
Has it already been an hour?
It's 59 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
Like, that's why I was like, some people it's really easy to talk, to like have the conversations with someone. Like the back and forth is so easy, and like some people I'm like staring at the clock. I'm not gonna say who, but sometimes I'm just like staring at the clock waiting for it to tick down. Like waiting for it to at least hit 30 minutes so I can cut off the stream, cut off the recording, and just like get out.
Oh yeah, I know that feeling with certain episodes of After Hours, like where I'm just like not like there. I'll like look at the clock, and then other episodes I'll be like, wait, we've been live for 3 hours now. What the hell?
Yeah, I know, right? Jesus, I've had such a whirlwind time being your friend. It's like probably the most stressful like 2 months of my life.
Oh.
But not in a bad way. Like, because none of it was like, oh, this is Augie's fault. It's just you happened to also be around when a bunch of shit was going down. And
yeah,
that makes it the opposite. Like, you and Bo Blacks have been two people who I've been constantly, continuously leaning on when it comes to, like, the fact of me being like, hey, I'm gonna start doing Twitch, and you guys giving me advice. When I'm like, hey, this fucking shit's going down in my IRL life, and you guys are like, you guys listen. You know, it's the same like when Bo Blacks is having stress or when you're having stress. You like we come to each other and it's really nice. And then all of a sudden Ben joins the call and starts talking AIDS, and then Cobra joins the call and starts talking about poop.
He starts talking on like his headset or something, and it's like you can't even tell what he's saying.
Yeah, because he's like literally eating his microphone.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. But no, honestly, I felt that like this past few months or something. It's been I felt some different emotions I've not been used to feeling when it comes to like stress and all kinds of that. Because generally, like I've had a very like upbeat, like pretty good life, and it's still that way. Obviously, I'm not like saying I'm so depressed now or something. But I've definitely, you know, when doing all this YouTube stuff, I've definitely been starting to feel like some pressures I'm not used to feeling, and it's been good to have people to lean to. So the feeling is certainly mutual there.
So with that, I'm gonna say this is gonna be end of this the recording. I'm going to leave a link to both Augie's YouTube, both of his accounts, but primarily the After Hours, because that's where we all hang out Monday through Friday.
Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Central.
So 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And on top of that, I'm going to leave a link to your Twitter. His tweets are not nearly as AIDS as mine, but sometimes they're pretty bad.
I keep a close eye on Twitter.
Yeah,
I don't want to lose it.
He keeps an addictively close eye on Twitter. So
yeah, it's like literally like Discord, like I don't even give a fuck.
Yeah.
But on Twitter, it's just like I don't want to lose this one.
So if you ever want to harass Augie, you can either message you can either at him on Twitter, or you can probably slide into his DMs if his DMs are open. I don't know.
Yeah, my DMs are definitely open.
There you go. Go ahead and slide into his DMs and bully the crap out of him. With that being said, as always, if you guys have anyone else you want me to speak with, please leave a comment in the comment section. You can also contact me on Twitter and Instagram, or on my Discord server, which will also be linked in the description down below. And have a good day.
Peace out, everyone.